Do we have like a funny opening here for us? We could do like one of the weird things for the movie. Here we go. The tethering. So we just saw Us, and oh my god, a lot to take away from this movie. Both in like incredibly like big highs, and then like maybe a certain low coming off of a movie like Get Out for this incredible, what was a first-time director.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking? Jordan Peele, obviously this is his second movie, and we've got a ton of great talent here. Coming right off the presses. I mean, do we talk about Lupita?
Oh, how can you not talk about Lupita?
You gotta talk about Lupita. Yeah. Man, she is incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the main characters all play different versions of themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
you had M'Baku?
Yeah. Winston Duke.
Mm-hmm.
What a guy.
Mm.
But Lupita here just shines in both versions. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
She takes it to another level.
Yeah, it really is. It reminds me of like the conversations we were having last year right around Hereditary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like Toni Collette just gives this amazing performance and we're like, Oscars? And then she was nowhere to be found. Yeah. I feel like the same type of thing is going to happen in the coming weeks, being like, Lupita. And then it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Oscars.
But does she deserve it? Potentially.
Academy, you need to look at these horror movies, alright? We're getting into horror movies that aren't just spooky, jump scares anymore.
Seriously.
Right?
Yeah, it's like the movie is so much more than just the thrilling elements, which another positive of the movie is thrilling. It has a lot of moments of suspense, and again, credit to Lupita on this one. She really took this vision that Peele has about these characters interacting and kind of being scared of one another, but also like ready for the fight. And then like both sides of Lupita have this incredible tit for tat that keeps you in a constant state of suspense the entire movie, leading to the climax of the film, which is another big thing about the movie, the twist. I think we've all heard about it. There's one here as well.
Yes. Yeah. And that seems to be a great thing that Jordan Peele can do, is throw in this twist that you do not see coming.
Well, no, you don't. You don't really until the very, very end.
Yeah.
Unless you've been like paying attention to like all the little subtle images that when you walk back out of the movie, you're like, aha.
Yeah.
Aha.
Which is the same thing with Get Out.
Well, kind of, but the twist wasn't as much of a twist.
Yeah. Though, that being said, there are some difficulties getting through the twist.
This movie, right, all about the metaphors. It does that really, really well. When you come out of the movie, if you're looking for that type of experience, you're going to get a lot out of it. But if you're the type of person that, is looking at like the more realistic parts of the movie, like, 1 + 1 = 2, right? Jordan Peele often says 1 + 1 = 5, and like forgot how to explain how that worked mathematically along the way. Like there's a lot of like things that just like are thrown out there. Exposition line here that explains this, but then creates 2 or 3 more questions that never get answered, never get explained, and you as the audience kind of have to either go with it or you can get lost in the weeds real quick. There's a lot of things that don't make sense when you really iron out and figure out the plot holes of the movie. How did these characters control their actions when they shouldn't have controlled their actions, kind of stuff. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And if you have a good explanation for all of that, bring them into the comments below. We'll have a lengthy debate about it because I want to talk more about that. Because that's a huge flaw of the movie, in my opinion. Because Get Out was so tight. It was explained thoroughly so that the more you could feel that sense of realism, like, oh my god, we're in it, we're here, this is happening, and it's terrifying. Whereas this is terrifying and it's happening, but you don't feel like it's real. You don't ever feel like that, in my opinion.
Yeah. It definitely loses a sense of realism.
Yeah,
which,
authenticity.
Yeah, which, as an audience member, when you're trying to go through the movie, and you can get the metaphors, but you also have a problem trying to relate that back to the story because it just kind of is loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loose. Very loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and again, to its credit, perfect for the metaphors, perfect for the action and the cinematography of it, which is great.
Yeah.
And the acting also.
Oh, yeah.
But on that other note, yes, it was, I never felt like I was like in the movie, I was still watching the movie. Whereas Get Out, I felt like I was in it, you know? Those are the movies that really take it to the next level. And this movie's just a hair down, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So with that said, what are we thinking about the score of this movie?
I thought it was great.
Because I think Jordan Peele, like, as he's gotten much more of like a better filmmaker and he can bring on different people to bring in like new sounds, I think one of the assets of this movie is the score. Because it sounds like totally different than everything you've heard, yet entirely nostalgic because of the way he shoots his films, which is kind of like throwback style to those like 70s, like, ooh, kind of scary movies, you know?
Well, and there's even references to some punk bands, which I really appreciate. Thank you, Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
That really, if you yourself know of the two punk bands that I'm thinking of, then you kind of understand why he puts them in there. Yeah. Especially when you think about the metaphor of this movie. It really, those moments of the music, that actually really helps you bring yourself into watching this movie. So I think he did a really great job with that.
Absolutely. So, okay, now final score as in number of the movie. What are we thinking? What's yours?
I'm gonna say 8.
I do. I feel you. I'm an 8 as well.
Yeah.
8's from us.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately it has that problem where it's like everyone coming out of the movie is going to be like, is it Get Out? Is it Get Out?
Yeah.
Is it as good as Get Out? You know, and it's like, no, but that doesn't matter as much. It's just a good movie, and it's great to see Jordan Peele continue the track record of good movies.
True.
Yeah, it's just not as excellent as his like breakout success.
Now, I do have to say, with that 8, I think it would be a bit higher if it had more along the lines of horror. You know, the topic he's having is definitely is a horror movie when you think about the topic, but there are times where it feels like he still has that comedic part to him that he can't let go.
And like, I don't want to say like let go, because it actually, the coolest thing about Jordan Peele is that he manages to blend the humor into it. But there are moments that I would say are akin to like the Force Awakening humor, where it's like it's just a little out of place.
Yeah.
And it only happens 1 or 2 times for me. Most of the humor worked.
Yeah.
Most of it really worked. It's not as bad as The Force Awakens, but there were 1 or 2 moments where I'm like, that line, I don't think you earned it, you know?
And it would fit if this was a comedy movie, but it's not.
Of course it's not, because definitely as you get to the end of the movie, one of the coolest parts is that fight.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I will not look at scissors ever, like the same way ever again.
It's like the weird like sounds and stuff. Oh yeah. Alright, so what we're trying to tell you is Us is definitely a movie that I would recommend seeing in theaters.
Definitely.
Just come in with expectations kind of petered a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, don't get like into like, get out, you know, like hype, you know, stop.
Yeah.
Just go in, watch a movie, you know, and enjoy it, because it's definitely a good movie.
Yeah. And definitely discuss it with the people that you... But at the end of the movie.
Yeah, because it inspires conversation. And don't do it in the movie theater, because don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. Especially with the twist, don't be that guy.
Yeah. Cool.
Alright. Well, sounds like we'll see you on the next review, and we'll watch What's the Rating.